Hi there, Heather from Find Your Balance Health Coaching. Today I'm going to be talking about bloating. But before I begin, I want to give a warning to those that might be in recovery from eating disorders or disordered eating. I'm going to be using some phrasing that may be triggering for you. So if that doesn't feel safe right now, please come back when it does. Unfortunately, bloating has become just another term for dieting or shrinking your body. And I'll be the first to admit that I have played my role in that. I have thought in the past, gosh, if I could just get rid of the bloat, if I could just have a flatter tummy, I would feel so much better about myself. Thankfully, I have moved on from that thinking and I have a better relationship to food, better relationship to body. So our bellies will expand and contract all day long. It just depends on the amount of food that you intake, what foods you intake, the amount of liquid that you intake. If you're a woman, our hormones are fluctuating all throughout the month, so our bellies are going to be a different size every week of the month. So it wouldn't be fair to you to think that you could wake up in the morning and have a super flat tummy and then go to bed and have a super flat tummy. There's just been too many variables throughout the day. So I want to talk about elimination diets because if you were to search online how to get rid of bloat, elimination diets are going to be at the top of the list. Now, I'm in favor of elimination diets to root cause. If you are having digestive issues, skin problems such as eczema or cystic acne, if you're having migraines, if you're having joint pain, if you have an autoimmune condition, I'm in favor of elimination diets to see, hey, is a food causing all of my symptoms? And that's a good place to start. The concern, and I speak from experience, with elimination diets is they are done for far too long and they can lead down a path to orthorexia. Orthorexia is a disordered eating pattern where there's a lot of fear around foods. There's a lot of food rules. It's usually associated with an unhealthy relationship to fitness. So there's usually over-exercising accompanied with it. So I will speak from my experience with the low FODMAP diet. The low FODMAP diet is used to treat SIBO and IBS. And I've had IBS all my life. And I've also had SIBO on and off for the last 4 or 5 years. SIBO is really hard to treat, and the low FODMAP diet is one of the ways that it's treated. And it's prescribed for 2 weeks, 4 weeks at the max. I did it for 8 months. It created a lot of fear around food, a lot of food rules, just a really disordered way of thinking about food and health in general. It created a lot of confusion, a lot of frustration, and it was very isolating because it's a super restrictive diet. So that's the fear. An additional fear is when you are restricting whole food groups such as whole grains or beans and legumes, like with the Whole30 diet, you are not getting any of the beneficial bacteria from the whole grains and beans and legumes because there's prebiotic fiber that your bacteria, that your gut bacteria thrive on, in addition to all the vitamins and minerals that you're not getting. So that is the concern with restrictive diets for longer periods of time, like 30 days or even 90 days. So I want to be clear on if it is to root cause something, I am definitely in favor. If your goal is weight loss, I'm not in favor of it because I've seen the path in my own personal life as well as others that it can lead down a negative path. It doesn't mean that it will. It just means it has the potential to do it. I have seen it where you take out a carbohydrate like grains, which is also gluten. So that's whole grains like rice or quinoa, but also wheat, where breads and pastas. So when you're adding those back in, then suddenly you might be bloating again, you might gain weight, and so there's a fear around that food group. So if you are experiencing any bloating, I'm going to give you some tips. So first thing is chew your food. You want to chew your food anywhere from 30 to 50 times. Digestion starts in the mouth. And so if you can break down the food as much as you can in your mouth, then your stomach and your small intestines have less work to do. And then this is not a popular one, but no bubbles. I'm talking sodas, fizzy waters, if you drink beer, those are just going to add more bubbles, more gas and you're gonna experience more bloat. So if you're someone that needs a fizzy flavored water, then I would suggest infusing your water with citrus, mint, cucumbers, berries. It's a very refreshing way, and it kind of helps take away of that need of the bubbles or the need of, of a certain flavor. The next thing I will say is if you do eat beans and legumes, is that you soak them. And I recommend soaking them with a piece of kombu. Kombu is seaweed, and it neutralizes the phytic acid that produces all the gas when you eat beans and legumes. And then I also suggest soaking your grains. It just helps them break down easier. They're more digestible if you soak them. And then cooking your vegetables. Cooking vegetables they're softer, they're gonna be easier to digest versus raw vegetables, which your body just has more work to do. Again, it starts in the mouth, so chew your food. And then yoga poses, like twisting yoga poses, are really good for your digestion. It'll help move that gas along. And when you do these twisting poses, you want to start on the right side and then move to your left, because you're going from the ascending colon to the descending colon, and it's just going to help move that gas through. And then diaphragmatic breathing. So that is really going to open up your abdomen. So if you want to think about diaphragmatic, because our diaphragm goes all the way around. So we talk about belly breathing, but you want to breathe forward, backwards, and to the side. So think about an umbrella opening and closing like that. That will really open up and kind of help move some gas along. And then peppermint tea and ginger tea are also really good for helping move some gas along. So if you are experiencing that and you kind of need an immediate fix, that really does help. Also, essential oils, ginger essential oil or peppermint essential oil. So there's just a few tips that I definitely recommend, and they do work. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you are considering doing an elimination diet and you need some help, because they can be very tricky to navigate. Me as a health coach, I can help you with that, from the emotional side of it when you eliminate and all the frustration that comes with that. I can help you with that, with also navigating which types of foods. And then I also suggest finding out, if you do need further testing, is to see a functional practitioner or doctor that can do some proper testing that could really hone in on, our specific foods causing all of this distress. So please reach out to me, and I would love to help you out.